All right, jumping right into Cube Zero. I literally just boom, boom. I could not have fucking pressed record faster from the last one. So if you watch Cube 2 Hypercube review and like I was like, all right, let's get over to that one. We're literally 1 second later. Cube Zero. Oh fuck me, guys. All right. So I was bitching about in the second one how this franchise, when it delves deeper into the lore, like it's going to start exploring these technicians and people who are watching over it, like a, cabin in the woods or something. We're going to go explore that territory. You're thinking, all right, we're going to get the answers, man. We're going to really get to understand why this cube exists and what they're doing and who this corporation is and what their plans are and why and all. Dude. Dude. No. This just makes more questions that make even less sense. Get the fuck. Let's get into this. Fuck, man. I'm just gonna. It's funny. I like my collection. So, like, seeing these on the shelf together like that, like I'm a completist. So, like, Cube, 2, 3. I got them all, right? So, it looks cool, and I put them on the shelf, and it's awesome. And realistically, man, I should fucking throw these away. Like, I'll never watch this shit again. But I can't, because I just love having them up on the wall. Who else is like that? I buy all these stupid fucking movies. If it's in a series, and I own the first, or whatever, even if I don't even like, any of them sometimes. Shit, I have franchises around like a damn fucking movie in the collection, but just seeing them numerically put together. Damn, man, I should burn these fucking things. Speaking of a franchise with a 0 in the title, and that is a prequel, I just ordered the Resident Evil remaster of 0 and 1 for the PlayStation 4, and I'm actually going to play them in order from 0 to 7, and then I'm going to play I want to play Code Veronica, which has a PS4 remaster as well. I'm going to get the remakes of 2 and 3, and then I'm also going to get Revelations 1 and 2, which are both on the PS4 as well. So I can get every fucking game in the Resident Evil franchise in its remastered or remakes or whatever on the PS4. I did not realize I could get them all on one console. So I'm doing it. I'm starting with 0, and I will review every single one of them as I play them. So look forward to those. Anyways, moving on. That's probably going to be the most excited I am during this whole fucking thing. So yeah. All right. Maybe I should flip my notes over to the next page since I'm still on Cube 2. All right. So, so the opening kill's great. Okay. Little positives to start, right? And I think all the gore in this movie is really good. Best kills in the franchise, probably. It's really gory, really cool stuff. So I like the kills. A+. Good stuff. All right? Fuck the rest of this movie. Good kills, fuck the rest. Boom. There's my review. Good night. Good luck. That should be it. That should be it. But it's not going to be. Let's talk about it. All right. So we got the technician stories. What's going on outside the cube? That's what we want to know, right? I guess. I mean, I would be interested in knowing that if it wasn't this movie. These guys get... Okay, so first off, we get our characters here, and they are, as I said, kind of like cabin in the woods. They're watching over these guys. The one dude straight up says, I don't even watch anymore. So he's not doing his job very well, but he's the one that's supposed to be taking his job the most seriously there. Like the chess prodigy, the one who ends up becoming Kazan at the end of this movie. Yeah, he is the one who's like, the rebel, the one that's gonna go into the system and pull the girl out because he finds her attractive or whatever it is. And the other guy's like the stickler, by the books, this and that. And he's like, and the chess prodigy guy is like, he's like, hey man, did you see this? This is sick. And he's like, I don't even watch that stuff anymore. What do you mean you don't watch it? You're Mr. Rules and Regulation. That's who you are throughout this whole fucking movie. What do you mean you don't watch it? You're just sitting there playing chess? It feels flipped. Like both their roles are like flipped onto each other. Like the one's acting the way the other one is kind of set up in here. I don't get it. Like the other one's the chess prodigy, so shouldn't he be the one that's paying attention to the chessboard and not the other? I don't understand. I don't understand. Whatever, doesn't matter. Then they get these like dinner pills that are like these little blue pills or whatever, and they look at them and it says like whatever is in them, and I guess they eat them and it tastes like that. Was this fucking Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? And is that really sustaining enough nutrients and enough like density to actually fill your stomach and make you live? Like, I don't know. A little pill like that, I don't care what they put in it, isn't filling you up. And it ain't gonna fucking taste like all those things at once. Too bad he didn't turn violet. Anyways. Damn, dude, I have like something in my throat. It's because I drank this tea earlier, I think, and it's like coated my throat and I can't fucking talk. Not the time to record reviews if I can't speak. Don't speak, I know what you're thinking. Alright, high-tech soldiers with face tattoos and these like contact lenses that are able to record, and I guess they have like chips in their brains or in their eyes or something that makes them controllable by the man, and which is used later in this movie when their like operative is in there, and then they can utilize him by turning him on like kill mode, and they send him after him, which I actually liked that. Okay, I thought that was alright. Okay, so throughout this entire franchise, there's something that they do that is so stupid. They keep throwing these people onto these hard, like, floors that aren't even, right? There's like beams and rods and all sorts of shit sticking up out of them. And these guys are like falling from the roofs, some of them head first, and one of them in here falls straight up head first. The fat guy without the fingers, who gets infected and is starting to melt, so they throw him down in the room. Dude lands on his fucking head. He goes head first, and he weighs like 300 pounds. Goes head first, boom, fine. Hits the ground, is fine. Right? He gets up, he's like, help, help, whatever. Then at the end of this movie, the soldier guy, right? The guy with the tattoo on his head and everything that comes after him, fucking Terminator. This guy goes feet first through the fucking hole, right? Same drop. Every room's the same size. Drops through there. Hits the ground. And the guy who runs and operates the place, who watches people fall from there all the fucking time, including this group of people, that fat guy, not the fucking hour ago or less, he's like, there's no way he survived that. There's no fucking way he survived that? You've watched people survive it, you fuck. The guy fell like 15 feet. If you fell, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you fell 15 feet, unless you're like Mr. Glass, dude, from fucking the M. Night Shyamalan trilogy, fucking Unbreakable, Mr. Glass, really? There's no way he survived. There's no way he survived that. There's no way he survived a 15-foot fall. Did I fucking miss something there? Maybe I was so shut off by this movie at that time that I just completely missed something, but I don't think I did. I don't think I did. It's always things like that. It's funny. I have to question myself all the time when I watch movies like this. And I have to be like, because every once in a great while, somebody's like, yeah, dude, you did miss something. And that's great. And I do like when I get those corrections. But, dude, nothing happened here. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what's happening? What do you mean? There's no way he survived that. Maybe he's just saying that since he's like, we're running out of time. I could see that. I'll buy that. I'll buy that he knows he has no time for her to try to go down there and get his ass. So he's like, oh, he's definitely dead. There's no way he survived. Let's go, run. And she should have been like, wait a minute. I saw Fatty take a fucking plummet. And all the king's horses and all the king's men didn't have to do shit because he was fine. So dude, I am so confused by that one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I will say this. The Platform, which I think is a 2020 film, right? Yeah, it's a 2020 fucking horror film on Netflix. It's a foreign film, but The Platform, really cool movie. Very, very cool. One of the coolest movies of 2020. That is a far superior Cube film to Cube 2 or 0 by far. If you want to watch a better Cube, watch Platform. Is it like this exactly? No. but it's rooms and they move and all this and that. You'd have to watch it to understand. But dude, platform. I was thinking about that when I was watching this, when they're going from room to room and there's like people in different rooms and all this. I was like, it's kind of like Platform. And I'm like, Platform's almost like Cube. And it's shit, man. It's as good as Cube. So too bad Platform wasn't Cube 2. Because that would have been like, wow, man, they really waited for something good. And yeah, so feels like the same company would have designed the platform that designed this cube. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff used from this one that is lifted straight out of the first one, like them booting the rooms and the numbers on the inserts in the front and all that stuff. The way that this all plays out is pretty damn similar. I like that the chess prodigy is kind of moving the pieces on the board. He's looking at it and he's like playing all the games out in his head, because that reminded me of the best thing I've watched this year, and that's The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Do yourself a favor, watch that. Don't watch this. Just shut this off right now. Go watch The Queen's Gambit. You'll have a much better time. It's phenomenal. Anyway, then there's a guy who's cut into pieces, and this is his last resort. Suffocation, no bleeding. Don't give a fuck if he cuts his arm bleeding. I couldn't help myself. And now I need that fucking guitar riff. I'll just grab my guitar back here. This is our last resort. All right, if in case anybody didn't get that joke. Papa Roach. Anyway, moving on. I swear I don't have any of that stuff written down. This is all off the cuff, people. I ain't got no Papa Roach jokes written here. That's why I love the free form of this channel. Just, it's so fun to just say whatever I want. The whole editing and all that, it's just so boring. I love this. I can just kind of sit here and just talk nonsense. And just go off on a tangent for 5 fucking straight minutes. Not even talking about a movie. It's telling you some stupid story about my life, or making some Papa Roach joke, or start singing randomly. It's great, man. This is the way to YouTube. This is the way to YouTube. Right here, I'm telling you guys, this is the way. This is the way, Mandalorian style. I have spoken. All right. Okay, so now they get this one guy who was a technician, but I guess they wiped his brain, so he can't remember. So like he has basically like what's the fucking word I'm thinking of right now? Oh Jesus, I can't believe I have amnesia. There it is. The word amnesia finally came to me as I was about to make fun of myself. So they kind of all have like amnesia, I guess. I don't know what the point of that is. So they don't know who they are when they go in, and so then they're like a rat in a maze. I don't understand any of this. But this technician guy, I guess he wasn't doing his job well. Maybe, I don't know. He's put in there, and then he gets to the final room. So he gets there, so he must have some memory because he got through the place. And then he's put into a chair. Like, they just press the buttons, the lights go out, and then somehow he's just like fastened to a wall or to a chair or something. So I guess when the lights were out, something grabbed him and put him. I don't fucking know how any of this works. We see earlier they got like Doc Ock arms that kind of come up and can like scan people and stuff. I don't know. Whatever. They have that room that fucking blows people up with sound waves. That's the fatty, right? He gets that. That's gnarly, man. Can you imagine being in a room with sound so loud it fucking blows you up? But anyways, he's like strapped to this chair. I don't know. And he's asked if he believes in God. And because he says no, or I don't even remember if he says no, but the dude hits no, and this kills him. And then the guy's like, well, what happens if he says yes? And he's like, I don't know. No one's ever said yes. No one's ever said yes to they believe in God? 90-something fucking % of people believe in something. Believe in like a religion of some sort or whatever, right? Isn't that the statistic? What I heard was that, anyway. Dude, at least 50% of people believe in God, at fucking bare minimum. So you're telling me that not one person that's ever made it to that room has ever said, yes, I believe in God? What? What? And how do they know if they believe in God? They've had their personalities wiped. How could that possibly be a relevant question to a person who doesn't even know their own fucking name? So you put them in there to then get to a room that then they're asked if they believe in God. They don't even know who they are. Not one of them has said yes. They know how to still speak English. They still know like certain things. So their belief, I would think, would be one of them. And a lot of people would answer, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. Or yeah, sure. Or yes, or whatever. Nobody said yes? Bull fucking shit. And then here we go. Where's this room at the end? How do they bypass this room at the end? He takes her to this room where they just jump into water and then they just swim up out into like a little like lake or something. So the whole cube is underwater? Is that what's happening? So this whole place is underwater? Okay, that's fine. But then, like, I thought they have to go through this room and answer that question of yes and no. And you think this is going to play in the movie, but they don't. They just bypass that room and just get straight to the water room where they jump out and they swim up. I don't know. I don't got anything for this. Maybe he said something that I missed. The guy, the technician guy. Anybody? Fry? I got it. No. Nope. Don't got it. I like that when he goes in there and the dudes come up and they're trying to like stop him. They melt all the coordinates so he doesn't know where he's going and he doesn't know what rooms are trapped and which ones aren't. And then all the rooms around him are trapped and all this stuff. I thought that was pretty interesting, except for like, you know, they do try to kill him. And the dude fries the system and resets it so that that gives them time. And this ends up costing him his life. So that was cool. Now, the bad guy with like the bionic eye in this, that looks so stupid. He actually calls them cretins. Cretins. Dude, I straight up thought, I was like, is this fucking Randall from Monsters, Inc.? Listen up, you little one-eyed cretin. First of all, it's cretin. If you're going to insult me, do it right. Dude, that's like one of my favorite lines from Monsters, Inc. When he said cretin in this, I like fucking had to rewind it. I was like, did you just say cretin? I thought that was like a joke in Monsters, Inc. only. Like, nobody pronounces it cretin. Listen up, you little cretin. I couldn't believe it. But at least it sparked a good memory in it because I love Monsters, Inc. Holy shit, do I ever. I would have much rather have been watching that shit than this actual shit. One of the guys who comes in and helps Mr. Bionic Randall is Diego Klattenhoff, who I know from like Homeland and a movie called Radius, which I was a big fan of that came out a couple years ago. So shout out to Radius. Cool film. Not enough people like that movie. I dig the fuck out of it though. But yeah, I noticed him, and then there's some familiar faces in this, but that's the one I recognize the most for sure. And then we already talked about all that. And I think I talked about everything. Holy shit. What's the point of them having to get consent forms if this place is kept under wraps and is never fucking seen by the light of day, and anybody who tries to expose this place or talk about this place or even the people who work in this place all are murdered? Like, what's the point of having these consent forms on file? Why do the technicians even have access to these things if they're not even supposed to be looking at them? Why are they in the room with them? Why are there filing cabinets all around? Why is there nothing digital when this is supposed to be some futuristic world where guys can have bionic, eyes and shit? Like, dude, I got no answers for anything. And then this guy becomes Kazan. He's like hitting his head. He's like hitting himself in the head, and he's like, I like the blue room. Whatever. This room is blue. Like, is that supposed to be? That's supposed to be Kazan, obviously. But he's not really a mathematical prodigy. He's a fucking chess prodigy. Those are two completely different things. But I guess he's a genius. I don't know. He's a genius that couldn't figure out whether or not this corporation was actually doing this or not and getting real consent. Real fucking genius, right? So they cut into his brain, and then he's Kazan, and then the people that are in this opening, is that supposed to be the people from the first movie recast? They have some like overweight woman in that. Like, where the fuck? Who are these fucking people? Is Kazan played multiple games, or I don't even think that. Like, thinking back, wait, that was the room from this movie, right? That was the cube from this movie. So Kazan is put into that one, but then he's put into the next one too. I don't fucking know, man. It's supposed to be some prequel that plays right into the first one, but dude, I got nothing. Why not? Like, if you're gonna do that, why not just make him look like that, and then he starts hitting himself in the head, and he's in the corner, and then they just hear voices? Why show the people? If you're gonna recast them, if they're gonna look nothing like the other people, and you're gonna try to make it seem like those are the other people, there's no way. They're not even close. They didn't even make them look close. So I don't know. But his name on his thing isn't Kazan, and in Cube it is, right? That's how they know his fucking name. So is it him? It is. It has to be. He's like hitting himself in the head and calling the room blue and all that shit. I got nothing, man. I don't know how this plays into the first one at all. I don't get what even matters here. What care? Like, the whole plan of this guy coming in and asking them to kill everybody, and like, you know, all the consent forms, and like something about God, and now this is religiously based. They put him in there to find out if they believe in God. Where was the God question in Cube 1 and 2? How was that religiously based? How, like, dude, what the fuck happened with these sequels? Or prequel here, I guess. It's boring. There's good kills, but outside of that, everything else is shit. Everything else is shit. What the fuck? Anyways, terrible, terrible franchise. Good first movie, but then anything franchised after it, waste of fucking time. So, there you go. The Cube franchise, all in one shot. I had fun. I hope you did too. And this is my last resort. Adios.